Hello and welcome to BYJU'S exam prep. Welcome to the big news of the day. First, let me wish everyone Merry Christmas. And also do let us know in the comment section below as to which topic you would like us to cover in tomorrow's The Big News. And before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to our Telegram channel and do support us by liking the video, sharing your comments below, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. In today's big news, we shall talk about Purse Seine Fishing, which has been in the news recently. See, this topic is in news because recently several coastal states in India have imposed a ban on this type of fishing known as Purse Seine fishing. Following the imposition of this ban, few petitioners had approached the Supreme Court by arguing that this ban was unjustified. In response to this petition, the center has informed the Supreme Court that the ban imposed by the states may not be justified. So these different positions being taken by the central government and few states highlights the divide with regard to issues related to Purse Seine fishing, and it also highlights the fault lines between small and marginal fishermen and the large fishermen. This makes the topic very important for our exams, both for environment and ecology and as well as under Indian economy. Because this method of fishing has implications for the coastal economy and on the livelihoods of coastal fishing community, and it could also have serious implications on the marine environment. In this context, let's understand Purse Seine fishing in complete detail. See, Purse Seine fishing is a type of non-selective industrial fishing that is carried out in the deep open waters, and it specifically targets dense schools of single species pelagic fish or fish found in the mid waters such as tuna and mackerel. It is a type of large-scale industrial fishing in which vertical net curtains are dropped, as you can see in this image over here. And these vertical net curtains, they surround the school of fish, and the vertical net is held afloat by net floats that are dropped by the boats. And once the dense school of fish are trapped in the midwaters, the nets are raised by drawing the bottom of the net closer, just like pulling a purse string, which ends up trapping a large volume of fish. This method of fishing can be carried out only by using mechanized boats, and around the world it is considered as a scientific, efficient method of catching fish on a large scale. But its biggest drawback is that it will end up bringing a huge bycatch, which is essentially marine organisms which are not intended to be caught, such as sea turtles and other large mammals and fishes. Hence, it is considered as a non-selective fishing technique and ends up capturing every marine species in the midwaters. But proponents of this method of fishing argue that it is environmentally sustainable because these fishing nets have no contact with the seabed, and it is not as harmful as other industrial methods of fishing such as bottom trawling. In practices such as bottom trawling, large mechanized boats drop their nets to the bottom of the sea floor and trawl the fishing nets, which ends up catching a huge volume of fish and marine animals. And hence, techniques like bottom trawling are considered to be environmentally unsustainable, and in many countries, bottom trawling has even been banned. But on the other hand, Purse Seine fishing is seen as more sustainable as it mainly focuses on few midwater fishes like tuna, mackerel, sardines, and others. But of course, it has the disadvantage of bringing up a huge bycatch that could put pressure on the marine environment. In the case of India, Purse Seine fishing has become more popular, particularly on the western coast of India, in states such as Kerala, Karnataka, Maharashtra, Gujarat, and as well as in Tamil Nadu and in several other union territories. This form of fishing has brought a lot of economic benefits to the large fishermen and provides a major boost to India's coastal marine economy. But however, it has raised a lot of concerns amongst the smaller fishermen who rely on traditional methods of catching fish. And it has been alleged that Purse Seine fishing has led to decreasing stock of small pelagic shoaling fish in the midwaters, leading to a critical shortage of essential fishes, particularly on the western coast of India. However, the scientific community largely believes that the depleting fish resource is a result of climate change and other climatic conditions such as El Nino. But however, small traditional fishermen, especially in Kerala and Tamil Nadu, believe that the rise in Purse Seine fishing has depleted the fishing resources, thereby hitting directly on their livelihood. Hence, this issue has become a political issue considering its economic implications in coastal areas. And as a result, several states and union territories, including Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Puducherry, Odisha, Dadra and Nagar Haveli, Diu Daman, and as well as the Andaman Nicobar Islands, they've all prohibited Purse Seine fishing within their territorial waters of up to 12 nautical miles. These respective state governments and union territory administrations have prohibited Purse Seine fishing in the interest of protecting the small traditional fishermen who rely on small boats and traditional methods of catching fish, and also the interest of protecting the marine resources and limiting the damage to the marine environment. They have justified the ban by pointing out that they are well within their jurisdiction, as fishing is essentially a state subject under the 7th schedule of the Indian Constitution, and states even enjoy complete jurisdiction for managing marine resources within their respective territorial waters. So, by relying upon these powers, states such as Tamil Nadu, Kerala, and other union territories have prohibited Purse Seine fishing up to 12 nautical miles in their territorial waters. Whereas other states such as Gujarat, Andhra Pradesh, Goa, Karnataka, West Bengal, they have not imposed any such ban. And Maharashtra, on the other hand, has brought out few regulations to regulate Purse Seine fishing. So, this prohibition on Purse Seine fishing by few states has led to protests by the large fishermen who have even approached the Supreme Court. And based on this petition, the central government has informed the Supreme Court that the ban may not be entirely justified as it does not have a scientific basis. For states such as Kerala and the smaller fishermen, the biggest concern is that the catch of essential fishes such as sardines has declined drastically over the last few years. So, traditional fishermen, with the backing of the state government, have placed the blame on Purse Seine fishing, which is practiced by large fishermen. So, to look into this issue, the Fisheries Department of the Union government had set up an expert committee which recently submitted its report in November 2022. Based on the findings of this report, the Union government has informed the Supreme Court that this ban is not justified. According to reports, the expert committee had pointed out that Purse Seine fishing has per se not resulted in any serious resource depletion as per available evidence, and hence the expert committee had recommended that Purse Seine fishing can be allowed to continue in territorial waters and as well as in India's exclusive economic zone as long as it is subjected to certain regulations and conditions. Reportedly, the committee has even recommended the framing of a national management plan on Purse Seine fisheries, which will have to be brought out by the central government, along with similar plans being brought out by the respective states. So the center has urged the Supreme Court to provide time to draft a national management plan, which could be replicated by the states. But however, small fishermen and the state governments of Tamil Nadu and Kerala are completely opposed to the stand taken by the central government. They have demanded that the center should publish the findings of this expert committee, which is still not available in the public domain. And this clearly highlights the divide between the center and the states, and also the fault lines that have developed between the small fishermen and the large fishermen. So, considering the economic, social, and environmental implications of this issue, it's very important to take a balanced stand. So, one could suggest that instead of banning Purse Seine fishing, which is seen as an international standard and a scientific method to ensure an efficient catch, it would be a better approach for the governments to work together and hold further debate on this sensitive issue and bring out uniform regulations across the country in order to balance the interests of the different stakeholders. The central government will have to work with the states to bring out a management plan, and they could provide for exclusive jurisdiction to small traditional fishermen who do not have access to mechanized boats. Those fishermen using smaller boats can be provided exclusive fishing grounds, particularly within 5 nautical miles. But in deep open waters, where large scale fishing has to be carried out with industrial methods, Purse Seine fishing can be permitted, of course, with certain regulations. Here, the government can impose regulations on the large fishermen and mechanized boats by mandating the installation of automatic identification systems and also by tracking the catch by each fishing boat, along with looking at the species which they are catching. Collaborative efforts between the center and the states can help in establishing a procedure to identify these boats which are engaged in large scale Purse Seine fishing, and their activities can be further regulated not just to protect the small fishermen but also to conserve and protect the marine environment. So, on this note, I would like to bring my discussion to an end. And if you found the initiative to be helpful, do support us by liking the video, share your comments, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching.